In the quiet stretches of the Arkansas Ozarks, something has always lingered just beyond explanation. For generations, residents have reported strange encounters deep within the forests, unusual creatures moving through the tree lines, eerie sounds echoing across empty valleys, and sightings that rarely match anything known to science. These are not isolated tales, but a pattern of reports that continue to surface across time. Arkansas is home to a wide collection of mysterious creatures, ranging from Bigfoot-like cryptids to strange beasts rooted in 19th century frontier folklore. Across its dense pine forests, winding rivers, hidden caves, and swampy lowlands, stories of unexplained encounters have persisted for generations. Long before modern classifications of wildlife existed, early settlers and indigenous communities spoke of things that moved through the wilderness, beings that resisted easy explanation and often existed at the edge of known territory. Over time, these accounts blended into regional folklore, forming a body of legends that continues to grow with each new reported sighting. Even in the modern era, these stories have not faded. From rural backroads to remote hunting grounds, Arkansas remains a focal point for reports of unusual creatures and unexplained phenomena. The region continues to draw cryptozoologists, researchers, and curious explorers, each hoping to find answers to something that has never fully been explained. As we begin the main focus of this video, take a moment to support our efforts by hitting the thumbs up button. Share this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, let's step deeper into the Arkansas wilderness to fetch some of these wild beasts and the stories behind their existence. 1. The White River Monster. Since at least 1915, residents of Newport in far northeast Arkansas have been reporting sightings of a fearsome river monster, known locally as Whitey, in the muddy waters of the White River. The best early eyewitness account of the creature comes from July 1937, when a wealthy and respected plantation owner named Bramlett Bateman claimed he saw the monster in the river. Bateman described the creature as having slick gray skin like a seal, blowing up great gouts of water from a blowhole, and being wide as a car and 3 cars long. That's in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 feet. Bateman was so convinced of the creature's existence that he helped spearhead the construction of a huge rope net to span the river in an attempt to try and capture the beast. Former Navy divers were even brought in to look for the creature underwater, but to no avail. Whitey apparently disappeared until 1971, when witnesses along the White River again claimed to have seen a gray, horned monster more than 20 feet long thrashing in the water. Investigators later found a trail of 14-inch-long footprints, each with 3 toes, along the riverbank. Interest in the case was so fierce that in 1973, the Arkansas state legislature created the White River Monster Refuge, making it illegal to harass or harm the monster. Though the White River Monster is now a protected species, sightings have dropped off precipitously in recent years. Some experts suggest the monster might have been a wayward manatee or elephant seal. 2. Lake Conway Monster. The Lake Conway Monster was a creature reputed to haunt the waters of an Arkansas Game and Fish Commission lake in Faulkner County, with the first reported sighting taking place in 1952. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission constructed the 6,700-acre Lake Conway by damming Palarm Creek about 3 miles south of Conway in Faulkner County, with the lake formally opening on July 4, 1951. Less than a year later, Conway's Log Cabin Democrat ran an article reporting a fisherman's encounter with a strange creature in the lake, with the reporter noting that people in the area whispered about mysterious encounters in the Palarm Creek breaks for 30 years, long before the lake was even a dream. Dylan of Mayflower, Faulkner County, stated that he was running trot lines near the Narrows Bridge when he thought his line had become entangled in a snag. When pulling on the line, Dylan said a creature emerged from the water with 1 trot line hook in its mouth and 2 stuck in its face. He described the animal as weighing about 75 or 80 pounds. The article reported that it had green spotted skin similar to a frog's and a head which resembled a monkey's, with its temples pinched in, and a monkey-like mouth with blue lips and no teeth. It had fairly broad shoulders, more stooped than a man's, and its back was humped while the chest was concave. Dylan told the reporter that the creature struck his boat and then swam away after one hook broke loose and the others were pulled straight. The fisherman noted that he had stopped fishing in the area where the reputed encounter took place, saying, "As for me, seeing is believing, and I wasn't drinking good whiskey nor bad whiskey when I saw it." The Log Cabin Democrat ran other stories about the Lake Conway monster in 1953, including one claiming a fisherman had shot at the creature and another saying the monster took a boy's rod and reel, and when a wire service picked up one of the stories and it received national attention, the story soon attracted national attention. According to a later researcher, curiosity about the creature became so intense that traffic backed up for miles as people flocked to the Lake Conway spillway in hopes of catching a glimpse of the mysterious monster. 3. The Fouke Monster, the state's most famous legendary creature, is named after Fouke, a tiny town in Miller County in the far southwest of the state. Stories of a large, hairy creature had been circulating in the area since at least the 1940s, but the legend really took off in May 1971. That year, Fouke resident Bobby Ford raced into town to report to local police that his home had been attacked by a hairy creature that stood 7 feet tall, stood upright like a man, and had bright red eyes. Ford's wife and brother said it all started after they saw the creature on their rural property and took a shot at it with a rifle, knocking it down and apparently wounding the creature. The Fords told deputies that the enraged creature then attacked the house, trying to break in through the windows and doors. At one point, the monster put a long, hairy arm through a window in an effort to grab one of them. After several hours under siege, the Fords were able to escape and drive to town to report what they'd seen. After Bobby Ford was treated for shock, bruising, and scratches at a local hospital, police investigators visited the property and found no monster blood or corpse. However, they did find huge, strange tracks and claw-like gouges on the porch of the house. Newspaper reports of the event the next day coined the name the Fouke Monster, and the story became a nationwide sensation after it was reported on the Associated Press and United Press International wire services. That surge of interest led to the 1973 low-budget film The Legend of Boggy Creek and a sequel, which have since become cult favorites. As for the Fouke Monster, sightings in the area have slowed to a trickle in the years since the purported attack on the Ford home. 4. The Gowrow. The fearsome Gowrow took root in the state's pantheon of monsters, based on a single story that appeared in the Arkansas Gazette on January 1, 1897. The story, with a byline by reporter Elbert Smithy, claimed to be the account of a Little Rock businessman named William Miller. Miller was traveling on business in the tiny town of Blanco in Searcy County, where he learned that a hideous monster called a Gowrow was killing livestock in the area. After forming a posse, Miller tracked the Gowrow to a cave scattered with bones. There, they set up an ambush for the creature, but it got the drop on them by emerging from a nearby lake with a fearsome roar that caused the earth to tremble. In the account, Miller described the beast as 20 feet long, with twin tusks, webbed feet, claws, horns along its spine, and a whip-like tail with a sharp blade on the tip. In the ensuing battle with the posse, the creature reportedly killed several horses, uprooted trees, and tore a man's leg off before they were able to bring it down with sustained rifle fire. Miller claimed to have sent the creature's body to the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C., but it never arrived. Since that account, the legend of the Gowrow has grown, including a witness who said he had encountered a Gowrow at Devil's Hole in Boone County. Like the original story, however, these accounts are littered with the hallmarks of fanciful Ozark folklore and should probably be taken with a grain of salt. Maybe 2. 5. Hinge-tailed Bing Buffer. Described as a large, hippo-like beast, short-legged yet sturdy, the hinge-tailed Bing Buffer is a curious cryptid that roams the Ozark Hills. Its most remarkable features include a large pouch dangling beneath its chin, in which it carries rocks, and a long, tapering tail that stretches an impressive 40 feet long. When threatened, the buffer uses its tail to grab stones from its pouch and hurls them with astonishing accuracy at would-be attackers. If you hear the sound of rocks clattering nearby, you ought to tread carefully. The Bing Buffer is not one to take lightly. 6. Side-hill Hoofer. The side-hill hoofer is a creature of sheer peculiarity. Described as a deer-like creature, with legs on one side of its body, significantly shorter than the other. Its unique anatomy makes this critter perfectly designed to navigate the steep hillsides, walking comfortably in one direction, but leaves it utterly helpless on level ground. If a right-side hoofer and a left-side hoofer ever come head-to-head on the same hillside, they will fight until one falls and rolls down the hill so that the victor can continue in its single path. Some records also state that hoofers lay eggs large enough to feed 20 men, though the taste is apparently kind of strong. 7. The Snawfus. The Snawfus is often described as an ethereal albino deer with extraordinary power. This legendary being is said to possess feathery wings, allowing it to leap gracefully through the treetops. Instead of traditional antlers, the Snawfus boasts branches of blooming plum or dogwood. As it soars through the skies, it emits a trail of blue smoke, which lingers in the autumn air like a mystical fog, creating an enchanting atmosphere in the region's woodlands. Local tales suggest that encountering the Snawfus can bring good fortune, but its elusive nature makes sightings rare. 8. Belled buzzard. The belled buzzard is an intriguing figure in Ozark folklore, capturing the imagination of locals with its unique backstory. Legend has it that this mythical bird originated from a simple prank. A group of youngsters would catch turkey vultures and tie bells to their legs, so they could be heard flying through the woods. Over time, stories of these belled birds morphed into the image of a single large buzzard. The belled buzzard became a powerful omen, warning of storms, death, or disaster. If you ever hear bells in the sky and a shadowy figure circling overhead, you know trouble is on its way. 9. The Gowrow. The Gowrow is one of the most formidable creatures in Ozark, often described as a lizard-like beast stretching around 20 feet in length. Its most striking feature is its enormous tusks, which lend it an air of both menace and intrigue. Local legends tell of the Gowrow hatching from eggs as large as beer kegs, adding to the creature's fearsome reputation. Folklore suggests that the Gowrow roams the dense forests and hidden hollows of the Ozarks, often lurking near rivers, streams, and cave systems. Tales abound of its incredible strength and the ability to instill terror in anyone who crosses its path. Some say it is a guardian of the woods, while others believe it embodies the wild, untamed spirit of the Ozark wilderness. Over the years, many of these stories have been challenged, investigated, and explained away. Yet despite the skepticism, the legends persist. New sightings continue to emerge, old tales are passed down to new generations, and the mysteries remain woven into the fabric of the region. What do you think? Are these creatures simply the products of folklore and imagination? Or could some of Arkansas's oldest legends be rooted in something real? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue uncovering the mysteries, legends, forgotten histories, and untold stories that have shaped America. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the stories that refuse to be forgotten.